Hello, it's Valerie from Shalebrook Handcrafted Soap in Mosel River, Nova Scotia. And I first learned how to line my wooden molds that my husband made me 3.5 years ago from a video on the internet by a woman. And I've been looking for that video to show to somebody else, and I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I learned, how I do my wooden molds. And you can use freezer paper and or parchment paper. I do use both interchangeably depending on what I'm doing. The reason why I use mostly parchment paper is because I have found that with freezer paper and hot process soap, it can leave tiny shallow little bubbles on the sides of the soap when I'm taking it off. The freezer paper does. And that could be an easy fix, but that's what I do with this. I do use freezer paper for slab molds, and it doesn't seem to do it on that, so for whatever reason. This is the parchment paper that I use. It's from Costco. It's a Kirkland brand. So what I do is I take my wooden mold. This happened to be a 3-pound wooden mold. And I'm going to be making soap for Remembrance Day in that pretty soon, so I just thought I would line it and get it done. What I like to do, from what I learned, is to measure so that your paper goes almost to the bottom. You'll see mine has a little ridge here, but almost to the bottom of each side, or to the bottom of each side, whatever you want to do, however your mold is. There's many different types of wooden molds. And I just put that over. I try to make it as even as I can on both sides. I just eyeball it. You can certainly, there's ways around to do that, that you can be exactly precise for how much you have hanging over. I know over here it's a bit too much, so I'm going to end up cutting it anyway. So what I'll do with this is I'll hold it here and I just mark it with my finger, with my fingernail. The same on the other side. Don't press too hard. And then I'll come up and I'll hold it there and I'll just make a light line across the top. I do exactly the same for down here. Just really basically scoring it. So when you take that off, then you have the inside width and size of your mold. What I like to do is I just turn it over and I'll fold that and crease it extremely well. Do the same thing to the other side. Try to make sure that my lines are lined up there. Getting to the end of that roll of parchment, so it's a bit curvy here. And I like to just cut some of this off right now, and I'm eyeballing it because I've done a lot of these molds over the last 3.5 years, so I'm just going to eyeball that and cut the excess off. You don't have to do this. You can fold the entire thing, then cut it off afterwards. It's totally up to you. So when that's lying down like this, Then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut these flaps. Sometimes I'll take a piece off it so it's not so bulky. You don't have to. It's just up to you what you'd like to do. You can leave the whole flap on there. You need to leave some of that flap because it'll fold around and make an encasement for your soap batter. I know people don't do that, but you all should find the way that you're most comfortable with and that you like. And look online and look at other videos of how people fold. I've seen a couple neat ones on there where you don't even have to cut. You can just fold little triangles and use the whole paper. Totally up to you what you'd like to do. So many different ways to make so many different things. Find the way you're most comfortable with. So after I get that all cut apart, I'll just pick that up and you'll see how that's going to wrap around. And I just set that in, fold up the other side. I never know, sometimes the molds aren't, there we go, okay. And I just push it down in. And then when you have it like that and it's all fitting in nice and neat, your flaps are even there, where your creases were on that side, you just cut down to the top of where your mold is. So you cut down on that side to the top ledge of your mold. Masking tape works fantastic on freezer paper. Masking tape doesn't always work so great on parchment paper. But one thing I just found out in the last couple of days, that this old see-through plastic tape works fantastic. So where am I going to find more of that tape? I'll have to go searching. I just dug this out of a drawer. I like to hold my finger inside down at the crease so it stays even all the way around. I don't know if I need this much tape, but since I got it, you can do whatever you like. Use as little or as much as you're comfortable with. Because I'm going to do hot process, I like to hold that down tight. So there you go. Pretty battered up mold. It's been used a lot. Thank you for watching and have a great day.